Welcome back. If you watched the first video, you know we love calling out stupid decisions in horror movies. And trust me, we are just getting started. There are so many mind-numbingly dumb choices made by horror movie characters that we could do this all day. So today we are bringing you 5 more of the absolute worst, most frustrating, head-scratching decisions ever made in horror films. These are the moments that make you wonder how these people even survived childhood. And yes, spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Let us jump right in. Number 5. The Descent, going back into the cave system. Alright, let me set this up for you. The Descent is about a group of women who go spelunking in an unmapped cave system. Things go horribly wrong when they discover the caves are inhabited by blind, flesh-eating creatures. Most of the group dies. It is brutal. It is terrifying. It is traumatic. Sarah, our main character, barely escapes with her life. She is covered in blood. She is mentally broken. She has watched her friends get torn apart by monsters. She makes it out of the cave, gets rescued, and is taken to the hospital. Now, in the sequel, here is where the dumb decision comes in. The authorities want to know what happened to the other women. They want answers. They want to find the bodies. So what do? They force Sarah to go back into the caves. Let me repeat that. They forced the traumatized survivor to go back into the cave system where she was nearly killed by monsters. Now, Sarah does not want to go. She is clearly suffering from PTSD. She can barely function. But the authorities threaten to charge her with murder if she does not cooperate. So she goes back, along with a rescue team who has no idea what they are walking into. And of course, everyone dies. Again, here is what makes this so stupid. Sarah told them there were creatures in the caves. She told them what happened. She gave them a warning. But instead of believing her, instead of sending in a heavily armed military team, instead of doing literally anything smart, they send in a small rescue team with basic equipment. No weapons. No backup plan. No preparation whatsoever. They just waltz into a cave system full of monsters like they are going on a casual hike. What did they think was going to happen? And for Sarah, going back was the worst decision she could have made. She should have refused. She should have taken the murder charge. She should have done anything except go back into those caves. Because guess what? She ends up right back where she started. Trapped. Fighting for her life. Watching people die. The entire sequel could have been avoided if literally anyone involved had used their brain for 2 seconds. So yeah, number 5. Going back into the monster-infested cave system. Bad idea. Terrible idea. Do not do it. Number 4. Aliens invading a planet that is 70% water when water kills them. Okay, this one is a bit different because it is not really a character decision. It is more of a plot hole that makes the entire movie fall apart when you think about it. But it is so dumb that it deserves a spot on this list. In Signs, aliens invade Earth. They are hostile. They are dangerous. They want to harvest humans. Everything is going according to their plan until we discover their one weakness. Water. Water is literally fatal to them. It burns their skin like acid. Now, here's the problem. Earth is 70% water. Our atmosphere contains water vapor. It rains. There are oceans, lakes, rivers everywhere. If water is deadly to these aliens, why would they invade Earth? That is like a human deciding to colonize the surface of the sun. It makes no sense. These aliens have the technology to travel across the galaxy. They have the intelligence to plan a coordinated invasion. But somehow, they did not think to check if the planet they were invading was compatible with their biology. They did not run a single test. They did not send a scout ship first. They just showed up and hoped for the best. And it gets worse. The aliens are running around naked. No suits. No protection. No gear. They are just out here raw dogging an alien invasion on a planet made of the substance that kills them. What was the plan here? How did they expect this to work? And do not even get me started on the fact that it rains in the movie and the aliens are still running around outside. Humidity alone should be killing them. But no, they are out here trying to break into houses and kidnap people like water is not literally everywhere. Look, I love Signs. I think it is a great movie. The atmosphere is incredible. The acting is top-notch. But the logic behind the alien invasion is absolutely ridiculous. It is like the aliens did zero research before showing up. So yeah, number 4. Invading a planet made of the substance that kills you. Maybe check the atmosphere before you launch a full-scale invasion next time. Number 3. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, picking up the hitchhiker. Let us talk about the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A group of young people are driving through rural Texas on a road trip. They are having a good time. Everything is fine. Then they see a hitchhiker on the side of the road. Now, this is not a normal-looking hitchhiker. This guy looks like he crawled out of a nightmare. He is dirty. He is twitchy. He has this unhinged look in his eyes. Every single warning sign is there. But what do? They pick him up. They let this clearly disturbed stranger into their vehicle with them. And surprise, surprise, things go badly. The hitchhiker starts acting even more insane. He pulls out a knife. He cuts himself. He cuts one of them. He smears blood on the van. He takes photos of them without asking. He talks about killing cows. This guy is giving off every possible red flag. And yet, it still takes them forever to kick him out. When they finally do, he smears blood on the side of the van and laughs like a maniac as they drive away. Now, here's the kicker. This encounter should have been a warning. This should have been their sign to turn around and get out of there. But no, they keep going. They continue on to the house they were planning to visit. And that decision leads them straight to Leatherface and the most terrifying day of their lives. Here's what kills me about this. Picking up hitchhikers was already questionable in the 1970s. It was already known to be dangerous. But picking up a hitchhiker who looks like a serial killer, who is covered in dirt and acting completely insane, that is just asking for trouble. And the worst part? They had so many chances to turn back. After the hitchhiker attacked them, they could have gone to the police. After he smeared blood on their van, they could have driven straight home. But they did not. They kept going. And they paid the price for it. So yeah, number 3. Picking up the creepy hitchhiker in rural Texas. There is being nice, and then there is being stupid. This was stupid. Number 2. The Ring. Showing the tape to other people to save yourself. Alright, let us talk about The Ring. The premise is simple. You watch a cursed videotape. 7 days later, you die. The only way to save yourself is to make a copy of the tape and show it to someone else. Then the curse passes to them instead. Now, our main character Rachel watches the tape by accident. She has 7 days to figure out how to break the curse or she dies. She investigates. She digs into the mystery. She discovers the truth about Samara, the girl who created the curse. And then, when she finally figures out how to save herself, she makes a decision that is absolutely horrific. She shows the tape to someone else. She knowingly passes the curse to an innocent person to save herself. Now, I know what you were thinking. She had no choice. It was either her or someone else. But here's the thing. She could have destroyed the tape. She could have buried it. She could have done literally anything to stop the curse from spreading. But instead, she chooses to condemn someone else to death. And it gets worse. She shows it to her ex-husband, the father of her child, not a stranger, not someone she hates, her ex-husband. And when he asks her what he should do to save himself, she tells him, make a copy, show it to someone else. So now the curse is spreading. More and more people are going to die, all because Rachel decided her life was more important than anyone else's. This is what makes the ending of The Ring so dark. Rachel survives. Her son survives, but only because they are willing to kill other people to do it. They become part of the cycle. They become complicit in the curse. And the scariest part? The movie ends with Rachel helping her son make a copy of the tape so he can show it to someone else. She is literally teaching her child to value his own life over everyone else's. Look, I understand survival instinct. I understand doing whatever it takes to protect your family. But this is not survival. This is murder. Rachel is choosing to kill innocent people. People who have done nothing wrong. People who have no idea what they are getting into. And she does it without hesitation. So yeah, number 2. Showing the cursed tape to other people to save yourself. It is selfish. It is cruel. And it makes you just as much of a monster as Samara. If you are enjoying this countdown so far, go ahead and hit that like button. Drop a comment and let me know which decision you think is the dumbest. And subscribe if you want more content like this. Trust me, you do not want to miss what is coming next. Now let us get to number 1. The absolute dumbest decision on this list. Alien Covenant. Now, if you watched the first video, you know we already talked about Prometheus and the crew taking off their helmets on an alien planet. Well, Alien Covenant takes that stupidity and cranks it up to 11. Let me set the scene. The crew of the Covenant is on a colonization mission. They are carrying thousands of frozen colonists and embryos to a new planet. Everything is going according to plan. But then they pick up a strange signal from a nearby planet. A planet that is not on any of their charts. The signal sounds human. It sounds like someone singing. So the captain makes a decision. Instead of continuing to their original destination, a planet they have studied and prepared for, he decides to check out this random unknown planet. Now, this is already a questionable decision, but it gets worse. They land on the planet, and immediately, without running any tests, without taking any precautions, they take off their helmets. Again, these people learn nothing from Prometheus. They are on an alien planet, a planet they know nothing about, a planet that could have any number of deadly pathogens. And they just start breathing the air like they are on a casual hike. No protective gear, no biosafety protocols, no common sense. And of course, things go wrong immediately. 2 crew members get infected by alien spores. The spores enter their bodies through their ears and noses. Within hours, they are dead, and they have unleashed the xenomorphs on the rest of the crew. But here is what makes this even more infuriating. These are supposed to be scientists, trained professionals, people who have been selected for a colonization mission. They should know better. They should know that you do not just land on an alien planet and start touching things. You run tests. You take samples. You follow protocol. But apparently, none of that matters when you are in an alien movie. And the captain, the captain. This guy makes one bad decision after another. He ignores the advice of his crew. He puts everyone at risk. He gets people killed. And for what? Because he heard a weird signal? Here is the worst part. The signal was a trap. It was bait. David, the android from Prometheus, lured them to the planet specifically so he could experiment on them. He wanted new hosts for his xenomorphs. He wanted to continue his twisted experiments. And the crew walked right into it. All because they decided to land on a random planet without taking any precautions. You know what the smart decision would have been? Ignore the signal. Continue to your original destination. The planet you actually studied and prepared for. Or at the very least, send a probe first. Do a flyby. Gather some data before you land. But no, they just landed, took off their helmets, and doomed everyone. So yeah. Number 1. Landing on a random alien planet and taking off your helmets without running any tests. It is the dumbest decision on this list. And the fact that it happened twice in the same franchise makes it even worse. You would think they would learn, but apparently not. So there you have it. 5 more of the dumbest decisions in horror movie history. From going back into monster caves to invading planets made of water to landing on alien worlds without protective gear, These characters prove that sometimes the real horror is human stupidity. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next one. Drop a comment and tell me what other dumb horror movie decisions I should cover. There are plenty more out there. And remember, if you ever find yourself in a horror movie situation, just use your brain. Do not go back into the murder cave. Do not pick up creepy hitchhikers. Do not take off your helmet on an alien planet. It is really not that complicated. Until next time, stay smart out there. And maybe stick to comedies for a while.